Okay, so we reach session 4 now. This is going to be the last session for this course, and it deals with common bartending gears and equipments. We were talking till now about spirits, their production, things like that. Now we're going to go behind the bar and check out what equipments are used in the bar in for bartenders, um, and what sort of cocktails can you make, things like that. First, very important equipment behind the bar is called a Boston shaker. It can be 2 or 3 part, and let me just show you how it looks. Here you go. That's a Boston shaker right there. You can see a glass with you can see a glass with metal mixer on top of it. That's a Boston shaker. Now you can have another kind of shaker which is 3 part, where you've got which is called a cocktail shaker, as a matter of fact, which has an inbuilt strainer in it, which is called a cocktail shaker. So that's a 3 part thing. Now, these were originally back in the 1800s made entirely of glass, but they kept breaking. So obviously, they had to be made into steel and metal. Saying that these are used to mix. You put your stuff in there, whether it's ice, syrups, liquor, any fruit, and you put it in and you shake it, and that's the concept of a Boston shaker. Very simple, very common equipment behind the bar. The second one is a muddler. So as the name suggests, muddler is supposed to muddle things, is to crush the fruit, bruise the fruit, herbs, and mix sugar. And it looks something like what's on your screen, and you can see in a mixing glass a muddler with some fruit and herbs in there which is being muddled. So the idea is not to really bash the hell out of it, but to but in actuality, to make sure that you just bruise the item, whether it's fruit, whether it's herbs, whether it's anything else, just to release the essential oils which can flavor the drink. So that's the idea of a muddler. You just gently muddle. So now we move on to these common equipments. Julep strainer. It looks like a rather large ladle with strainers in it. Basically, it is a very simple equipment. You use it to strain ice. You put it on top of a glass or a mixing glass and you strain it. Very simple. Second one is a Hawthorne strainer. You can see Hawthorne strainer is a development on Julep strainer. Uh, Hawthorne strainer has these spring coils on top of it which sort of lock on the mixing glass so it doesn't move, contrary to Julep strainer, which doesn't. So Hawthorne strainer is more likely to be found behind the bar now than the Julep strainer. Not that doesn't mean that the Julep strainer is not still being used. Julep strainer is still used extensively in most of the bars around the world, but Hawthorne strainer is more user friendly, is more easier to use. Coil and spring system to fit any shaker. Then you got the jiggers. Our jiggers can come in 30 ml, 60 ml. They're an extremely important inventory equipment role that they play. Now we move on to other equipments like bar spoon. Bar spoon is probably the most versatile and the most used equipment behind the bar. It can be used to put take out ice. It can be used to put something in the mixing glass. It can be used to measure stuff. It can be even used to crush and muddle at times. Other common equipments are knives and chopping boards and peelers. Obviously you need knives to chop fruit and herbs, garnishes. You need chopping boards to have it on, and peelers, of course, to peel the rinds, and juicer to extract the juice. Now we reach the type of cocktails, and this is a very short session. I'm not including too many cocktails in here because this is not actually a cocktail course. It is a spirits course, but you should know a little bit about what kind of cocktails are there in the world. So the cocktails are generally divided into four different kinds: shaken, stirred, muddled, and built. By shaken, I obviously mean you take a shaker, you take a Boston shaker or a cocktail shaker, put your stuff in there, put your ice, your liquor, your juice, your lemon juice, your simple syrup, stuff like that, shake it, and then strain it. It gives you a shaken cocktail. One of the examples of shaken cocktail is margarita, daiquiri, mai tai. All of these are shaken cocktails. Very common around the world. You'll see bartenders shaking, and that's called a shaken cocktail. Not all cocktails are shaken. Some of them are not shaken, and we'll discuss those ones now. The second type is the stirred one. You take a mixing glass, you put your stuff in there, you put your ingredients, and you stir it with a bar spoon. You stir it, make it chill, then you strain it. So the idea is to make sure that the ingredients that you've put are well integrated, but they're not thick enough. Like in the case of shaken cocktail, they're not thick enough, or they do not contain stuff like juices or sugar syrups that really need integration. Um, One of the examples are Manhattan Negroni. These are old cocktails, which just need a little bit of stirring because Manhattan doesn't have any sugar in it. Manhattan doesn't have any juices in it. These are generally cocktails which have got two or more alcoholic beverages as ingredients. That's it. No juices, no simple syrup, no lemon juice, nothing that needs vigorous shaking. Muddled mojitos, caipirinhas, mint juleps, cocktails which have a little bit of fruit, a little bit of herbs which need to be, uh, you know, muddled a little bit just to release those essential aromas, those essential oils of those fruits and herbs that can flavor the beverage, that can flavor that cocktail. Mojito, very common example. Mint and lemon juice, you need to muddle it, and again muddling just to release the essential oils. The last one is built. Built obviously means, as the name suggests, you take a glass, put your ice, and you build. You put your ingredients on one top of another, and you build it slowly, steadily from bottom up. So that's another example which is called built. It doesn't need any muddling, it doesn't need any stirring, it doesn't need any shaking. Long Island iced tea, one of the famous examples of this type of cocktail is this built cocktail. Yeah. Thank you is something that I want to say to you for um, undertaking this course from Ravi Sharma Hospitality Academy. We have many more courses coming your way, and we'll try to make it as entertaining as possible and as knowledgeable as possible for you so that it helps you in your career growth. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.